Hello, my name's Ren on the Road, and I would like to share with you the most amazing books. Hi everyone, Ren here, and I don't know how this happened. Well, I do. I went into the shop and bought lots of books. I did so well in February, and then in March it was World Book Day, and I was like, well, I've got to buy books on World Book Day, and then I just didn't stop. Although in all fairness, this is a lot better than previous months that I've done where I've gone absolutely mad. This is actually pretty restrained, but there's a pile. There's a pile. Okay, so the books that I got on World Book Day, I got 2 books on World Book Day, and the first one was 7 Days of You by Cecilia Vaness. This book is about a girl called Sophia who has lived in Tokyo for quite a lot of her life. Her mum is a teacher, so she's been teaching in Tokyo, and it's time for them to move back to America. So she's got 7 days left in Tokyo, and a guy who was in her friendship group a few years ago who moved away is coming back for that week, and they didn't leave on the best terms. This is meeting him again, but only having 7 days with him, and what happens in those 7 days, and like past mistakes and friendship and family, just trying to figure out who you are and trying to figure out where home is and if home is a place or people and all that kind of stuff. I read the premise of it and I really love Japan. Like, I love the Japanese culture, and for the majority of my life Japan is the place I've wanted to visit the most, and you don't usually get much YA books that are set in places that aren't Britain or America, so it was really refreshing to have one that was set somewhere completely different, and you could see areas of a different culture and a different place, and it was just really, really, really good. I did read this in March and I loved it. I'll go into more detail about it in my What I Read in March video, but I really liked this book and I thought it was very good. And the other one I got on World Book Day was another one I read this month, which was Our Own Private Universe by Robin Talley. This focuses on a girl called Akai, I think that's how her name is pronounced, who has always known that she was bisexual, but that's always sort of just been hypothetical. And then over the summer she meets a girl called Krista. They're on a trip with their church to kind of meet new people and work on new things, and she meets a girl called Krista, and it's everything that unfolds from that. And like I said, it was one I read in March, and it was also another one that I really, really, really enjoyed. I thought it was fantastic representation. There was some really, really good themes and important topics and important things explored throughout this book, which I thought was brilliant, and I just enjoyed it the whole way through. I had so much enjoyment reading it. I really, really loved reading it. It was just one of my favourite books I've read this year. I just thought it was really, 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 really good. Yeah, both of these books had Harry Potter references in them, and I don't know why I keep reading books with Harry Potter references in them. What did I just finish? Had a Harry Potter reference in. Oh, Optimus Dice First. That also had a Harry Potter reference in. And so did Simon versus the Homo sapiens agenda. It's like I try and branch out and the world's like, no, not today. But yeah, both of these were really good. They were both books I got in March and also both books I read in March, and I loved both of them. It made me cry. This actually made me cry. I haven't cried at a contemporary book in such a long time. So after reading Our Own Private Universe by Robin Talley, I loved her writing and her storytelling so much that I decided to get As I Descended, which is also by her. This is not one that I have read yet, but from what I know, it's about a girl called Maria and a girl called Lily, and they are the school's ultimate power couple, and then someone else kind of comes into the picture, and there's a prize at their school and Maria really wants to win it, and so does this other girl that comes into the picture, and they are literally willing to do anything for Maria to win, and it's that story and that unfolding. I've heard lots of good things about this book. It was very popular when it first came out. I really, really enjoyed the way that Robin Talley tells stories and how she wrote Our Own Private Universe, so I really wanted to check out some more of her books, and this was one of the other ones that we had in my Waterstones, so I thought I'll buy this one and read this one, and if I enjoy this one then I'll probably order her other books as well. It's been a very, very, very long time since I read a book by an author and enjoyed it so much that I've actively wanted to get more by that author as well, and from what I hear she does lots of LGBTQ+ novels, which I think is brilliant. I am definitely going to be reading this one soon. Probably will be a book that I read in April, and I really am excited to read it. Then I jumped on the bandwagon because everyone was talking about this book. You're probably gonna roll your eyes when I hold up this book because it's like one of the only books that's been on BookTube in everyone's hauls and wrap-ups and stuff, and that's History Is All You Left Me by Adam Silvera. I'm aware that everyone has been talking about this book. I'm sure if you're an active BookTube watcher you are very, very, very much aware of History Is All You Left Me, about a boy called Griffin who has lost his love of his life and his ex-boyfriend Theo in a very tragic accident, and he meets Theo's current boyfriend at the time when he died. They're the only two people that knows what it's like to grieve that person, so they kind of share their experience and form like a friendship. I am looking forward to reading it, and this is definitely going to be one that I check out soon. The thing I like is that I've been buying books recently and then reading them almost immediately, like within a month or so, which I haven't done in a long time unless it's been for like a big release like a Cassandra Clare book or like Cursed Child and stuff. So I'm really liking that I've been doing that, and that's something that I've been doing because it means that I'm actually like buying books that I'm reading rather than just putting them on my shelves and ignoring them, which I think is really good. Then I got Optimus Dice first by Susan Nielsen, and I have read this book, and I started this book the same day I got it and finished it the next day. This was new in work and I really loved the cover, and on the back, I'll read what it says. Right, on the back it says, "I took a long walk through the West End. I did a mental count of the transgressions I saw. 4 jaywalkers, 9 cyclists without helmets, 6 people texting while walking, one of whom almost got hit by a bus, 8 drivers talking on phones. Either they were stupid or they were optimists, most likely both. I will outlive you all," I muttered under my breath. And this book is about a girl called Petula who has experienced a very tragic death in her family that she believes to be her fault, and ever since then she has been very, very anxious about things, very aware of things that could go wrong. She has an anxiety disorder, she has forms of OCD, she has a book which she cuts out news articles of and that bad things have happened and she sticks them in, and basically she's a very, 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 very anxious person. When I heard about this, I was like, this seems like a fantastic representation of anxiety disorder, which there needs to be good representation of mental illnesses and stuff. And there are actually some points of this book where I had to stop reading because it was so, like, I don't want to say triggering, but I feel as though it may be, like, I feel as though I wasn't quite ready to read that part of the book yet, like my own wasn't completely under control enough, so I had to kind of put the book down and think without, because I was like panicking about the things that she was talking about and stuff. But I think it was a fantastic representation, and I just think that I just wasn't quite ready to read that part of the book yet. And the way she handles things and the way she dealt with things and stuff and the way she perceives everything and her attitude, I think it was a really good representation. Then she meets a guy and I was like, please don't do this. Like, please don't take a story which is brilliant representation, or from me and my experience is fantastic representation, and ruin it by making her love this guy. Hopefully they're not just going to fall in love and it's going to be fine. And while she isn't completely cured by meeting him or whatever, she seems to very quickly pick up on things. She is constantly making sure things are clean and she's not going to get dirty and she's not going to get infections, and then like not long after meeting him she's like jumping fences and like all stuff like that, and it's like you would not be able to do that so quickly. Like, you wouldn't be able to do something that quickly if you were in therapy or on a type of thing, let alone meeting someone. And I just don't like that kind of thing of meeting someone and then suddenly you're completely cured and fine. And it was such a shame because I didn't hate this book. I'd give this book 3 out of 5 stars and I thought the representation was really good, except when it got to meeting him and how her attitude completely changed. I mean, for some people maybe it does, but I just don't think that falling in love with someone and liking someone can suddenly mean that you're completely fine and you can do things that you couldn't do like a couple of months ago because of it. I think people can support you through things and support you while you can improve and stuff, but it doesn't happen that quickly. You're not suddenly fine. It can take a very, very, very long time, and I just feel like that little bit let me down. But yeah, so this was another book that I got in March, and I think I'll go more into this in what I read in March video. Then in March I got Tell Me Again How a Crush Should Feel by Sarah Farazan. This book I got secondhand for a penny. Can we just discuss this? This is about a girl called Layla who is a Iranian American. She kind of feels a little bit different, so she's been trying not to let her sexuality and like having crushes on people become a thing. She already feels very different enough based on her race and where she is from, and then a new girl at school, Saskia, shows up and suddenly things start to change for Layla. This is not one I have read yet, but it's one I've heard lots of good things about. After I read Everything Leads to You by Lena LaCure, everyone was like, you should read this one too because this is another really, really good one. So I am very much looking forward to reading it. I've heard lots of good things about it, and it was a penny. It was a hardback for a penny. I mean, it's secondhand, but who cares? It's a penny. Secondhand books are great. This is another book that I got secondhand for also a penny because it's fantastic, and that is How to Train Your Dragon by Cressida Cowell. I had never seen or read How to Train Your Dragon, and then I was having a conversation with a friend who said that he preferred How to Train Your Dragon to Big Hero 6. And obviously, for those that are not new to my channel, you all know how much I love Big Hero 6. So I was like, okay, I haven't seen How to Train Your Dragon, I can't argue with you on this claim. So I am going to watch How to Train Your Dragon and see what I think, because I may end up loving it more than Big Hero 6. You never know, things can change. So I watched How to Train Your Dragon. I loved How to Train Your Dragon. I loved How to Train Your Dragon so much. I still prefer Big Hero 6, I think, but I think that's because there's like so much about Big Hero 6 now that gives me comfort. Baymax just gives me so much comfort and stuff. So I think that will always be like my main man. Sorry, Toothless. But I did love How to Train Your Dragon, and I was like, I really want to read these books. They're really popular at work. They're some of the most popular books that we sell. I'm constantly talking to children and even parents about reading them and how good they are. I really wanted the hardback editions. It was a penny, so I got it. Waterstones has its own marketplace where you can sell like secondhand and rare books and stuff, which I think is really cool, and I didn't know about it until I started working there, and you can literally get books for like so cheap on there. It's so good. And now we get to the part of the video which is just Harry Potter books. So firstly, in March, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them came out, the updated textbook. I did an entire review discussion of this book and the audiobook, which I will link down below if you want to know more about it in more detail. But essentially this came out, I love it, it's so cool. I also got the audiobook to go along with it, which is narrated by Eddie Redmayne, which is just perfection. Loved listening to it, I love looking through it at the new drawings and all the new information about the new beasts, and it's just, I love it. I just love it so much. Very shiny and embossed, and I like it. Yeah, the audiobook was one of the best audiobooks I've ever listened to, so yeah, do go watch my video all about it down below. Also in March, the Fantastic Beasts DVD came out, which was exciting. I had a little voucher to get my DVD from a shop. I was like, I don't have to pay for it, like I've got this gift card, it'll be great. Whilst I was on my way, I was on Twitter and I saw a tweet from a friend of mine to say that if you got your DVD from Tesco, you got a free book. And I was like, oh, what do I do? So I decided, actually, yes, I was going to take a detour, go to Tesco, get the book, because the book was worth like £15 to £20 on its own anyway. So I was like, oh, I need a book. So I bought it on Blu-ray because I have a PlayStation 4 now and I don't utilise the fact that I have a Blu-ray player enough. So I got it on Blu-ray. It's really pretty and really good, and I'm so happy I permanently have that film in my life now. And with it came this, Inside the Magic, the making of Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. So it's just all about how the film was made and the places and the locations and the actors and everyone and the characters and everyone that was in it, and I love it. I really love seeing how things are made and how films were made and stuff, so I was very excited to get my hands on this. I've been eyeing this up for ages and I'm so happy I finally got it, and it was free. It was literally free. Like how good that good. And then also similarly I got these, which are a new series that they're releasing. So I got the first one, which is J.K. Rowling's Wizarding World, Moving Magic, Extraordinary People and Fascinating Places, and there's all stuff to do with Harry Potter and all stuff to do with Fantastic Beasts as well at the bottom, all about how the film was made. There's pop-ups and maps and drawings and original sketches and little facts and posters. Like there's a Chudley Callens poster, can we just discuss it? And also I got J.K. Rowling's Moving Magic Curious Creatures, which is all about the beasts and creatures and animals, all in the Harry Potter and Fantastic Beasts series. And then finally I got this because I need another copy of Prisoner of Azkaban and Philosopher's Stone and Chamber of Secrets, obviously. And this is a collection box set and it's got J.K. Rowling's signature on it. Closest I'll ever get! It's got Philosopher's Stone, Chamber of Secrets and Prisoner of Azkaban in this box. They're very minimalistic and they're like gold embossed, and I really love the covers and just how pretty they are, and I just think that they're really lovely additions. Obviously I collect the books and the merchandise and all that stuff, so I think it's a really good thing for a collector to have. They're always like additional ones I can read at rereads and stuff as well, because my main series is all first editions, so I don't particularly like reading them. I don't particularly like carrying them around and stuff. I mean, they're damaged anyway because I damaged them when I was little and I didn't understand that first editions are important editions. I like to keep them as nice as possible. I don't want them to completely fall apart, so it's always good to have like ones that I can take with me when I do my rereads and read and stuff, so this will be nice. And they come in a really nice box with the trade on and it's just so pretty. So those are the books that I got in March. I've read some of them, I haven't read some of them. Like I said, I'm really happy with the rate that I've been reading books, because there was a period of time where I was just buying and buying and buying and not reading. I feel like now I'm actually kind of like justifying the books I'm reading because I am reading them straight away, and like I'm reading more of the ones that are on my bookshelf, and I'm just really happy with my reading progress so far this month. What books did you get in March? I've almost said January. No, we're way ahead. What books did you get in March? I would love to know the books you got this month. Did you get any of the same as me? Have you read any of these ones? Let's discuss down below. If you're new here, I make videos a couple of times a week, so if you would like to stick around and join us, then you can do that. And as usual, all my links will be in the description below if you would like to come hang out with me on all my social medias. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you're doing really well, and I will see you next time. Goodbye! I've I've been staring at the edge of the water long as I can remember, but I come back to the water. Baby, I'm helpless. This is the book. Look into your eyes and the sky's the limit. It's a pretty book. We were at a ravel with some rebels on a hot night. Then you walked in and my heart said boom. I don't know how to pose for this. Grab my sister and whisper, this one